Hello, beautiful people of the world, people of YouTube, my brothers and sisters from around the globe. Welcome back again to another brand new video. And as you've seen from the title is a question: what if everybody became rich? And some questions in life cannot be answered. Some questions we could attempt to answer. But the title of this video I will answer as I usually do, which is how? With a story. So sit back, relax, and have a good time with me today. Let's begin. So, what if everybody became rich? Let's begin. So, there was once a billionaire, and this billionaire was worth around $30 billion. And he loved to experiment things, he loved to try out his ideas, life to experiment things here and there. And he had this idea in his work. He became a billionaire by the banking and finance sector. He had a bank that he owned. He was like a co-partner with the bank that he founded the bank. So this billionaire, is worth 30 billion. He has some money to spare here and there. Then he was just looking through the report and some things, and he noticed something of some of his customers. So he discovered a couple of customers. He saw 30 of his customers. There are plenty of customers, but he just noticed 30 of his customers that had zero. They had like zero money in their bank account. But what he found funny was that 30 of them were all 30 years and they had zero money. So we're just wondering, like, what are these people doing with their life that they have zero in their bank account? Who knows? Then an idea hit him, why not do an experiment with these people? Try out some kind of social, monetary, financial experiment with them. So that's what he did. He said, okay, he called all of them, can you please just come to the bank? There's a little offer we have for you. So they came and they said, we've noticed that you guys all have zero in your account. You guys are 30 and you guys all have zero money in your bank account. And we have selected 30 of all of you guys to do something, if you guys are willing. So they asked, what is it? They're up for it. Most of them were very, very much interested in whatever the billionaire man wanted them to do. So here was his idea. His idea was he's going to give each of them $1 million, $1 million US for all of them. That's he's going to bring out 30 million of his own money and give each of them. They were 30, remember. They were 30 people, all 30 years, and all were broke, had zero in their bank account. So the billionaire is calling them to give each of them $1 million to just see what their life will become. And so he gave them 30 million, but there's a condition, they will have to give account, film and do a little things here and there. And just to know where the money is going to. So all of them signed it, I've been at zero, I'm a brokey, I don't have money. Now somebody's giving me $1 million just for me to film and do little accounting here and there. And they say, fine, we accept. So all of them signed the deal, signed it, we'll receive your $1 million, if you just being accountable, that's fine, And like play, like joke, 30 of them all became millionaires and they were all worth the same amount because they were 30, all of them 30 years old, and they were given $1 million each. So each and every one of them was worth $1 million. So, the bank will be looking at their statement and publishing it and just releasing it, for different things to announce how the experiment was going. So here's what happened. One of them, out of the 30 that has been broke for very, very long and had zero in his bank account, the first thing he did with his $1 million was buy a Lamborghini, $250,000 Lamborghini. He bought it. And now how much does he have left? He has if my math is correct, he has maybe $750 left. He took the next vacation to Hawaii. After that one, went to Mauritius. And before just moving fast, rent a private jet, just moving super fly. And before it, man, he has only 300,000 left. And this was just in the first 3 months. Another one took all the money and invested into stocks. He believed that the stock market is the place to go. What else will he do? He just took all of them, brought out $800,000, bam, into the stock market, and $200,000 was for him to survive. Because the billionaire's condition for them was they have 6 months, and after 6 months, they'll give account and say, okay, I gave $1 million 6 months ago, so 6 months later, what have you done with it? Because all of you are now equally rich. So we want to see what you guys can do with that. So one of them now, invest in stocks, 800K, that's 80% of the $1 million he was given. He invests into stocks, used the 200K to just be surviving here and there. Another one already bought a Lamborghini, rents a private jet, flexing life, you only live once, YOLO, you only live once, and just, doing his life. Another one went to hotel. Another one went to, what's it called, this stuff? Las Vegas, to play the cards, gamble and that kind of stuff. So that's how all of them were just doing different stuff. Somebody else, one invested in his worm business. He sells the worm that people use for fishing, and he sells it, those kind of stuff. He invests all his money into that stuff. And another one invests into chickens. He has big farms, poultry, this kind of stuff. Everyone was just doing different things and different things. Some of them did not even touch it. They were so afraid, like always thinking, like, okay, should I go full time on this stuff? Should I not go full time on this stuff? And months were passing. Month one, the person have not even touched his money. He's just like, what am I going to do with it? I don't want to disappoint. I don't want to disappoint. I don't want any investment I do to fail. So some of them were fearful. Some of them were too excited. Some of them were going so crazy. Some of them were just being very, very lavish with the money. So at the end of the day, this one, some of them spent it recklessly, and the bank, the bank people at the back end of the whole stuff, we are seeing their statements just coming in. Okay, he went to buy a house for $150. He buys a rental property for $350,000. He's just doing all this stuff, doing all this stuff, doing all this stuff. Some of them, all they spend their money on is women. Go and get the best, the nicest women, fill all of them in plane, just travel around the world with extravagant people and doing all those crazy stuff. Some of them, what's finished their money, like somebody spent like half of his net worth on just like clothes, designers, limited edition stuff, all this kind of stuff. So the billionaire was just wondering, wait, some of them investing in stocks, some of them in real estate, some of them investing in their personal businesses, some of them doing different stuff. And the more the 6 months is coming, because now they were coming, doing like little commentaries concerning how it's going up every day to like document more. Some of them will say, I just bought a Lamborghini and I think it's the best decision I've ever made. I've always wanted a Lamborghini, so after the $1 million hit, I knew that's what I had to do. I bought this Lamborghini. So the billionaire was just watching. Wow. So these people have been broke for like 5 years and they get $1 million, and the first thing they do is to buy a Lamborghini. It's fine. Some other ones were speculators in the financial market, trading the money and doing all that kind of stuff. Some other people invested in shipping business. So they did a lot of things with their money. And bada bing, bada boom, as the clock was tick, tick, tock, tick, tick, tock. Before 6 months was over and everybody had to come back and give account to the millionaire of what they have done with the billionaire of what they have done with the $1 million he gave them, because he made all of them, 30 of them, and they all became millionaires. But now they have to give account 6 months later and publish it to the public what they have done with their money. So the first person comes, what have you done with your money and how much is left, or do you have more than what we gave you? So the first one said, yeah, I only have $50,000 left. The first thing I did, I've always wanted a Lamborghini, so I decided to buy this Lamborghini for $250,000. And after that, I've never entered a private jet, so I decided to rent a private jet and fly around for like the next 1 month. And bada bing, spend money here, go to different hotels, get some nice ladies and all this kind of stuff. And now I just have 50K left. I had a good time. Thank you, sir. The man was like, wow, okay, fine, you can go. And people like, wow, he spent $1 million. The next person, I invested into the stock market, bought some stocks here and there, did this, did that, and I put in 800K and tried to survive on 200K. And at the end of the 6 month period, the stock market has appreciated by 50%. So my 800K, I made 400K extra. So I have 400K profits from that. So I have like 1.2 million and I've been doing all that stuff. So the other guy, comes say, my dad taught me this local one business we did. So when I had $1 million, I decided to go full time and go big on it. And I made like good money. I did like 10x on the $1 million because we supplied this worm to like big fishing companies, and we did 10x. So I have $10 million now. And I wanted, I invested into the chicken. We have like a chicken farming business, and I went all in on it. And after I went all in, and we did like 5x, so we have 5 million now. And I once said, I went to Las Vegas. I went to Las Vegas and gambled half of my money, but things worked out fine, and I made 3x on the money, and the other half of it I lost it. So overall, I made just 2.5x, and that's it. So everyone was just saying it. So the man noticed some of them, that $1 million, they went to like the highest person among all of the 30 people went to like 30x. Like from $1 million he was given, 6 months later he had 30 million. The lowest person, in the first month of him receiving that money, he returned back to poverty. So the man, after the whole thing, they concluded their research and published their paper. And that brings us to the end of the story. So what if everybody became rich? Will they all remain rich? That's the question of the story. If everybody became rich, everybody had money. The real question is, will they become rich? So it's a matter of, I don't know, do you have ideas? Do you have a way to multiply money? Or are you just the one that, the money will just be going down, 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 spending, 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 spending? Because if you noticed, people who were spending all their money, they had nothing left. The guy who went to rent a private jet, do this, do that, he would just spend it. But the guys that invested and you did some things like businesses here and there and did stuff and maybe sing the music, promote it well, and go viral and those kind of stuff. Those guys were people that had crazy returns. So though all of them were 30 years, nobody was older, nobody was younger, they were all 30 years, 30 of them, all giving the same amount. 6 months later, they still were on different scales of wealth. Why? Because it's what they do with what they have, not what they have, because they all had the same amount. But what they did with it later determined who went up and who went down. And some of them, at the end of the 6 months period, some still went back to being broke, and some went into higher echelons of wealth. So that brings us to the end of the story. So, my friend, stop crying that the world is not fair. Stop crying that you are not rich. Stop crying that you are not born rich. It's not what matters. The reality of it is that it's what you do, what you make of it, not what it is in itself. Because all of them were given $1 million, remember. But some went down, some went up, depending on how they used what they had. They all had the same stuff. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Same guy, same place.